This is the story of a brother who silently endured everything. But when his mother decided to use his college fund for his sister's wedding, he gave such a response that the entire family was shaken. I replied to her the way I always had, not with anger, not with blame, just something that would keep the peace. Of course, I texted back. I wanted her happiness too. My mother's message had arrived while I was between patients. I was still in my white coat, still carrying that gentle tiredness that comes from speaking softly to frightened people all morning. Your sister needs a perfect wedding. We're using your college money. It read like a simple notification. A choice already made without me. I looked at it for a long moment before responding, not because of the money, but because of how familiar this felt. I was 32 years old. I had graduated from Harvard Medical School with zero debt. During my undergrad years, I had created 2 software patents, clinical data systems that now operated quietly in more hospitals than my parents had ever stepped foot in. The royalties had covered my tuition long before they could even finish explaining why they had to prioritize her. To them, I was still the practical one, the self-sufficient one, the one who needed less. My sister needed things. That was our family story. She needed encouragement. She needed reassurance. She needed second chances. Me? I needed to understand. So I became very good at understanding. 3 days later, the wedding venue called. Hello, Dr. Ralph. We're calling to confirm the transfer for the wedding deposit. Your mother informed us it would come from your trust account. I was at my kitchen table, laptop open. The city lights dim outside my window. My trust account? I repeated. Yes, ma'am. Your mother listed you as the financial guarantor. Her voice was polite, professional, just doing her job. She paused to check something. I'm afraid we haven't received the funds yet. The contract requires payment by Friday to secure the date. Friday. Authority speaks in a certain way. Not loud, just structured. It comes through contracts and deadlines. Who gave you permission to bill me? I asked, my voice still calm. Another pause. Papers shuffling. Your mother signed as the primary contact and named you as the financial guarantor. I let the silence stretch. There is no trust account, I said finally. And I never authorized any payment. Quiet on her end, the kind that means someone is recalculating everything. Then we'll need the guarantor to sign directly and send the payment, she said carefully. Otherwise, we'll have to release the reservation. Release it? I thanked her and ended the call. For several minutes, I sat motionless. Not angry. Not even shocked. Just aware. All these years, the assumption had been that I would absorb everything: tuition, repairs, emotional weight. Now it was chandeliers and imported flowers. My phone rang before dinner. Why is the venue saying there's no money? My mother's voice was confused, not yet angry. I never agreed to pay them, I answered. But it's your college fund. We saved that for you. I looked around my apartment. The bookshelves I had bought. The framed patent certificates I had never sent home. I never used it, I reminded her. A long pause. Well, we just assumed. Yes, I said quietly. You assumed. In the background, I could hear my sister crying. Tears had always come easily to her. They moved people. This is her day, my mother's voice sharpened. She deserves something beautiful. I agree. Then why are you doing this? Doing this? I felt the familiar urge rising, to fix everything, to smooth it over, to volunteer. Instead, I breathed in slowly. I'm not stopping her wedding, I said. I'm stopping you from giving me a bill I never agreed to. The line went dead silent. That was the moment. The one where control shifts. Not dramatic. Not explosive. Just completely clear. They thought they were taking something that belonged to them. They hadn't realized it belonged to no one but me. My sister called that night. Her voice was smaller than I remembered. I didn't know, she said. I believe you. You earn so much more than us. It just seemed logical. Logical. I can help, I told her. But not because you decided for me. Not because you told vendors to expect it. She sniffled. So what does that mean? It means you choose a version of this wedding that you and Mom can afford on your own. If you want help after that, we can talk. It wasn't revenge. I didn't stop loving them. I just stopped letting them assume. The venue date wasn't lost. My parents signed as guarantors. The plan changed: fewer guests, local flowers, a different band, no imported marble dance floor. The next weeks were tense. My mother called me selfish once. My father stayed quiet. I didn't argue. I didn't explain my income or my past sacrifices. I simply didn't step in. At the rehearsal dinner, my aunt squeezed my hand. "You've done so well," she whispered. "Your parents must be so proud." I smiled because I knew the expected response. But I also knew something else now. Pride doesn't require disappearing. The wedding was lovely. Not extravagant. Not magazine perfect. But warm. My sister glowed. She always did under soft lights and attention. I stood slightly to the side in most photos. Not pushed away. Not hiding. Just placed. During the reception, my mother approached me carefully. "I suppose," she said, looking at her glass, "we never realized how independent you've become." It wasn't an apology. But it wasn't rejection either. "I've been independent for a long time," I said gently. She nodded, like someone adjusting to new furniture in a familiar room. We didn't fix years in that moment. We didn't revisit childhood science fairs or graduation speeches that always centered someone else. We just stood there, knowing something had changed. Later, during the dancing, my sister hugged me tight. "Thank you," she whispered. "For what?" "For not letting me start my marriage owing you." That caught me off guard. I hadn't seen it that way. Driving home that night, I waited to feel victorious. Instead, I felt steady. The resentment hadn't vanished. It probably never would. It lived in too many quiet afternoons and uncelebrated achievements. But it no longer controlled my place in the family. For years, I thought dignity meant silent sacrifice. That love meant paying whatever bill had my name at the bottom. Now I understood something simpler. I could love them. I could even help them. But I would not volunteer to disappear. The power I gained wasn't loud. No one bowed. No one dramatically apologized. They just stopped assuming. And for the first time in my life, that was enough. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional and inspiring real-life stories.